Your money has an off switch. You just haven't been told where it is. Right now, central banks in more than 130 countries, that's 98% of the world economy, are building a new kind of money. Money that can be watched in real time, set to expire if you don't spend it, blocked from buying certain things, or switched off entirely for one person, instantly. No court, no warning. It's called programmable money, and it's replacing the one thing standing in its way, cash. Because cash is the last money they can't see, can't tax on every swipe, and can't switch off. And right now it's dying, sold to you as nothing but convenience. By the end of this, you'll know exactly who is killing cash, the powers you give up when it's gone, and what you can still do about it. Look at where it's furthest along. In Sweden, one of the most cashless societies on Earth, the amount of physical cash in circulation has roughly halved since 2007. By recent counts, only about 1 in 10 people used cash for their most recent in-store purchase, and around 4 in 10 Swedes say they essentially never use cash at all. Entire shops, cafes, and services now simply refuse it. To a lot of people, this looks like the future arriving. Clean, frictionless, modern. But Sweden also reveals the catch, because the same government that let cash wither has started urging citizens to keep some banknotes at home, just in case the digital payment system goes down. Pause on that. The society that nearly abolished cash is now quietly admitting that a fully cashless world is a fragile one. That contradiction is the whole story in miniature. So, follow the money, starting with the most direct beneficiaries. When you pay with cash, the transaction is free and final. It costs nothing to hand someone a note, and no third party takes a cut. But every digital payment runs through an intermediary that charges a fee, typically somewhere between 1.5% and 3.5% per card transaction. That may sound trivial until you realize it's a small tax applied to nearly every economic exchange in society, flowing continuously to a handful of payment companies and banks. Cash was the one way to transact without paying a toll. Kill it, and you've effectively installed a permanent meter on the act of buying and selling itself. And there's a quieter benefit to the sellers too. Studies consistently show people spend significantly more when they pay digitally than when they hand over physical money. By some measures, over 150% more. The pain of watching cash leave your hand was a brake on spending. Removing that brake isn't an accident. It's good for everyone who profits when you spend more. But the deeper beneficiary isn't the fee collector. It's whoever wants to watch. Cash has one property that nothing digital can replicate. It is anonymous. When you pay with a banknote, no record is created, no one is notified, no database updates. A digital payment is the exact opposite. Every single transaction is logged, time-stamped, located, and permanently stored. In a fully cashless society, there is no longer any such thing as a private economic act. Every coffee, every donation, every book, every purchase you'd rather no one knew about becomes a data point in a file with your name on it. Governments and corporations have always wanted that complete picture of human behavior. Cash was the stubborn gap in the record, the last place ordinary economic life stayed off the books. Its death closes that gap for good. And this is where it goes from surveillance to something more serious. Around the world, central banks are now developing digital versions of national currencies, central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. Supporters present them as a modern, efficient form of money, but a CBDC is not just digital cash. It is programmable money issued and controlled directly by the state, and programmable money can do things physical cash never could. It can be monitored in real time. It could, in principle, be set to expire if you don't spend it fast enough. It could be restricted so it only works on certain approved goods. It could be switched off entirely for a specific person, instantly, with no court and no warning. Even institutions studying these systems acknowledge they would hand authorities an unprecedented ability to collect personal financial data and potentially to control how, when, and on what you're allowed to spend. That is a category of power over the individual that has never existed before. Cash, for all its messiness, simply works. It cannot be remotely shut off. In a world without it, your money would function only as long as someone, somewhere, allowed it to. Now look at who pays the price for all this, because it isn't distributed evenly. The first casualties are the most vulnerable, the elderly who never adapted to apps, the poor and unbanked who have no account at all, migrants who can't get one, anyone who can't afford or operate the technology. In a cashless society, these people aren't just inconvenienced. They're locked out of the basic ability to participate in the economy. In Sweden, this is already real. People who can't go digital are increasingly unable to pay for parking, settle bills, or function in daily life without someone else's help. Cash was the great equalizer. It worked for everyone. No permission required, no account needed, no technology to fail. The second casualty is resilience. A cash economy keeps working in a blackout, a cyber attack, a bank failure, a natural disaster. A cashless one collapses the moment the network goes down, which is exactly why even the most digital nations are now telling citizens to keep banknotes for emergencies. And the final casualty is everyone's privacy and autonomy all at once. Let's be fair though, because the point isn't that digital payment is evil. Digital money is genuinely useful, fast, convenient, often safer than carrying a wallet full of bills. The danger is not in going digital, it's in going fully cashless, in eliminating the alternative entirely. As long as cash exists alongside digital payment, you have a choice, an option that's private, an option that works offline, an exit that doesn't require anyone's permission. The threat is the disappearance of that option. A healthy system keeps the door open. The quiet death of cash is the slow closing of a door most people never think about, until the day they need it and find it gone. Optionality itself is a form of freedom, and that's the thing actually being lost. So what can you do? More than you'd think, because cash only dies if people let it. Keep using it, at least sometimes. Every cash purchase is a small vote to keep the option alive and a refusal to make the digital trail complete. Keep some physical money at home, the way even cashless Sweden now recommends, as basic resilience against the day the system stutters. Learn what CBDCs actually are, so that when digital cash is offered to you as pure convenience, you can recognize the trade buried inside it and support the simple principle that should be obvious but is quietly under threat: that people have a right to a form of money that is private, offline, and outside anyone's permission. None of this is anti-technology, it's pro-choice in the most literal sense, keeping open an exit that, once closed, would be almost impossible to reopen. The death of cash will never be announced. There'll be no headline, no vote, no funeral, just a slow fade, 1,000 small, "we don't accept cash" signs, until one day the option simply isn't there anymore, and a generation grows up unable to imagine money that couldn't be watched, taxed on every transaction, or switched off from a distance. It will all have been sold as convenience, and the convenience will have been real. But underneath it, something rare will have quietly ended. The last form of money you could hold in your hand, spend without being seen, and use without asking anyone's permission. That kind of freedom never looks important, right up until the moment it's gone. So before it disappears completely, it's worth asking the question almost no one is asking. In a world where every coin you spend becomes a record someone else controls, who exactly is the cashless future really for?